If you're a painter, this day will come, if it already hasn't come yet. And welcome back to another episode of Paint Society. My name is Brian, and in this video, we're not going to discuss this tiny little problem I have here, but we're going to discuss what happens when a lot of these little problems or dirt or dust gets into your finish, and you want to prevent it before the clear coat finish. I'm going to show you here right now. So we have an RDX tailgate here, and I was minding my own business, just putting on my sealer coat, and you can see here that we're going to be keeping this area OEM, meaning this is sanded clear coat, right? So we have a good match here. We painted the bumper, so we've sealed over here, we've done a repair over here, we've sealed across the whole entire area. But what happens when you get dirt or any sort of garbage in your sealer finish? This is a downfall sometimes of sealing, but we can see here, this little guy, well, he landed here, but he also tracked all the way until this point, so it's hard to pick up, but there's little track marks here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to solve the problem when something lands in your paint before clear coat. And the best thing you can do right now is to let this dry. Never do you ever want to try to pick anything out of your finish when it's extremely wet or just sprayed, even clear coat, because you want it to start to build up a little bit of resistance, a little bit of a barrier, so when you go to pick it out, you're not digging into it. Even with clear coat, when we see things right away, all we want to do is just dig right into it. What do we end up doing? We end up going too far into the base and picking it right out, and we're going to have to redo it. So in this instance, we've set the heat up for 20 minutes, so if you have time or don't have heat, just go ahead and let it cure up for about a good 20-25 minutes. And then from here, we're going to lightly take our tack cloth and wipe this off, but it's going to leave small little imprints, and I'm going to show you what to do. Now, since we've allowed this to thoroughly dry, when we wipe this tack cloth on here, now a tack cloth is something that you can wipe on the surface, and it has like a little bit of a stickiness. It will take off anything on the surface, so this should come right off, which it did, which is like, it was a weird little bug. It was pretty much the legs of the bug. I don't even know where the rest of the body is, but it's hard to tell, but it has small traces here. Now, even though it's not that bad, your case might be worse. So here's what I want you to do. A lot of you guys are just gonna wanna sand it right away. I don't want you to do that yet if it's sealer. If it's base coat and you've taken it out with your tack rag, then you can lightly sand it. But you never wanna sand your sealer. You can get into a lot of problems. It doesn't always dry right away. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna apply one coat of base, and we're gonna see what it looks like. Granted, there's some areas that might need a little bit more sanding than others. Let's find out. And this is right after being sprayed. Now, in any video I do, I'm gonna give you more tricks than just what the subject title is about. So we can see we put on our first coat, and it's gonna look a little bit mottled, it's gonna look a little bit weird. That's perfectly fine. It's gonna look this way until it gets all the solvents out of the paint, and then it's gonna smooth out, and you'll be able to tell what it really looks like. So actually, it doesn't look too bad right now, but we really have to allow it to dry to see what the case is. So if you have a situation where you have gnats and all this other stuff because you're painting at night, let it dry, and I'm going to show you what we're going to use in the meantime. We're going to go into the mixing room. I'm going to grab my secret weapon, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do once this cures out. Now, this is a painter's secret weapon. Now, if you've been watching my channel for a long time and you still have not grabbed these, then shame on you. Look at me, I need to order some more. And this is a hand pad, and what this is gonna do is take the contours and smooth them out a little bit more. It's not gonna put the aggressive, sharp cut into the panel like you would if you were to just hold this against the panel. So once you wrap this paper around this hand pad, it's going to be a soft interface, and basically all you do is just put it on here, and these last a long time. And I'm going to recommend with a metallic you use a 800, a K800. Now what that means, that K, is that this is a proprietary grit to Eagle Abrasives, and basically what they're saying is it's going to leave an 800 grit scratch, but it's going to cut at the speed of a 600, so it'll be able to cut a little bit faster. I will say they work very well. All right, so basically this is what you have. So if I'm using my finger here, generally, if this sponge was not here, this hand pad, it would leave it a more aggressive, sharp cut into the panel. But you can see as I'm pressing, it doesn't really do much to the panel as much. It's not putting that much aggression. So it's going to take the contours a little bit easier and smoother. And what that does in effect is it's going to leave a smoother sanding surface, and it's not going to leave like a little dent. Sometimes when we take our sandpaper, if we're using our fingers, it'll leave a little dent or a little groove. We don't want that, okay? We want it to sand somewhat smooth. Now, we're not doing body work with these. These are just for light refinishing or removing of surface defects or something of that nature. This is perfect for what we want to do here. Now, if we have a solid color, you can knock down to the K600. This you wouldn't want to use on metallic because it might leave scratches too aggressive enough for a metallic to recover from. They might fall into those sanding scratches. So let's take a look in the booth and see if it's ready yet. I got the heat going on. It's a cold night here in South Florida. We're around 75 degrees. And you can see here, it's not that ready just yet. So we're gonna give it just a little bit more time, and then we'll turn back in and see what's going on. And you never can wait too long, so I gave it another 10 minutes here, because once you guys start sanding on metallic and you scratch it up, it's like the point of no return. Who's been there? Sanding on a metallic, and especially if you lay too much paint down, and you think you got to sand it, you put more paint on it, and you can see the sanding scratches. Guys, it's not somewhere you want to be. So lesson learned, wait your time. And once again, this is not only for dirt, this is not only for bugs, this is for any surface imperfection that you might have, fish eyes or whatnot. So I don't see much here. It might have been fine. And as I run this over here, it's not ready. It's not ready. I felt like it's kind of soft still. I'm not gonna get into this yet, guys. Let me come back yet again. Like I said, it's a cool night in South Florida. It's 75 degrees. These things rarely happen. So we're gonna give it another 10 minutes. All right, so we're here 10 minutes later, and you don't need to use water with these. Actually, you shouldn't be using water with these. Oh, big difference. You see how the scratch is different from here? See how it's much more aggressive here? This could be a much more deeper scratch. So we're gonna go over that area as well. Since we've given it, I would say, a good almost 30 minutes at this point. You can see like little traces here and there of kind of where whatever it was walked. All right, it's actually not too bad in all honesty, but this is gonna help you a lot if you have situations where you have stuff in your paint before clear coat. There's some stuff in here, you can't really tell too much, but you don't need to flatten it out to the point where it gets the sealer or to the primer. Just flatten it out so enough it's smooth, and we go over it. And that's all you gotta do. This is done, okay? Now, if you have an issue where there's dirt everywhere, and you see me in my video, I've done this, I go over the whole entire surface. I'll also check the area at the edge of the sealer, because sometimes that will be a little bit rough. And if it's a little rough, then I'll put a little bit of 800 here. But honestly, it's fine. So what do we do from here? Well, we're gonna put a little bit of base only in this area. We'll let it flash off, and then it will be one color for our next coat. We're using our Motivated Painters Wacom HPE 360 for base. Put a little bit here. This is a fantastic base gun. That's all you need. We'll allow this to dry. We don't have to do the whole 20-30 minutes because we're not sanding it. We'll give it a good 8 minutes, I would say, and then we'll apply our second coat, and it should be covered enough for clear coat. And then we're gonna inspect the clear coat finish and see how it looks in this particular area, as well as the rest of the panel. And I'll give you guys a quick update. If you've been following the channel, you know that we did this full respray on this beautiful RSX. Now it's almost just about done. It's got a couple things we have to button up and a couple accessories that the owner still wanted to do. We did end up doing a light buff on the top surfaces, and this thing is looking good. The glass is back in, still gotta do a little cleanup here and there. You can see how smooth, incredibly smooth the paint looks. We did buff the deck lid, the top of the deck lid, and as well as the side panel. I want it to be a little bit smoother, but this thing is looking really good in the shade, in the sun, all around. I'm really happy with it. So if you didn't get a chance to check out this video, make sure you check it out. I will leave a link in the description for this beautiful silver metallic paint job that I know for some people and for myself earlier in my career, even from time to time, can still be challenging. So take a look at it. It looks great, and see how we did it in the video. I think we're dry enough. We can go back into the booth and we're gonna apply another coat of paint, and that should be good enough for clear coat. And back in the booth, we can see it's flashed off. It's looking good. Now, the beauty of using a sealer is that we're using the similar color base, and the base just covers so easy. So basically, we have one coat over the whole entire thing, and we're gonna add our second coat, and that's pretty much gonna be it because of that sealer coat. Now, if you're at home, guys, sealer's such a tough material to spray sometimes because it just attracts dirt, but it is the best thing to do. So if you're using this tip where you spray sealer down and you put your first coat of base, just go over it with K800 if it's a metallic, or K600 if it's a solid, and it's just really gonna help you out because the sealer gets the coverage you need. You can see we're in and out of this in 2 coats of base. And that's it. I'm gonna leave it like that. I mean, and that's with holding the gun with one hand and holding the camera with the other. This gun is super light, super easy. So shout out to my buddy Gabe. He's been my mentor early in the beginning of life as a painter in a shop, and he's taught me more than you'll ever know just by watching a video, and I'm really wanting to pass that on to you guys. So this is looking pretty good. If it doesn't look good, you can always drop your pressure a little bit and give it a little distance. That's kind of where the blend is. Kind of leave it like that. That's gonna be good enough. We just don't want to mess with this color too much here. Even though we have a really good color match, if we can keep this area like factory, then we'll do that. So we'll give this a good 15 minutes to dry. Let's clear coat it and let's check it out once it's all done. After a good 20 minutes, it's ready to clear. But I gotta say, ever since I started working here, seven years, started drinking this every once in a while. Work at nighttime after I come back from the kids, my day job, working as a PE teacher. Shouldn't be really drinking this, but once every 2 weeks when I need it, it gives me the little kick I need. Not sure how I pronounce that. Chupinha? Let me know, guys. I'm pretty sure I just murdered that name, but Sagola's getting my pick each and every time. Each and every time it's been getting my pick, guys. And I don't even get paid for this. I picked this naturally. This is a great gun, which I did not like at first. It sat in my cabinet, then I took it out again because I saw my buddy Ollie Paints on YouTube using it again. I'm like, you know what? That looks like it gets good results. I think I can get good results too. And after about 2 or 3 weeks of really getting the hang of it, man, I would buy this, get this gun each and every time. So I'll put this in the description. It is a pricey gun though, guys. So maybe do it yourself or it's not for you, but professional using it every day, it's gonna make you the money real quick. DVR air cap. This is gonna be more for your orange peel finish, your factory type finish. Now, something I contemplate on a day-to-day job basis is, am I gonna tack it before clear? Do you need to? If it's a whole panel edge to edge, I usually don't. But if it's been sitting here drying because it's a cool night here in South Florida and it's taking a little bit longer to dry, then that means lint or something can settle. You're not really gonna see it on here. And I'm not pressing hard on here, so all I'm gonna do is just run it generally lightly over, and that's it. Now, I will tell you guys, one of my most run panels in the auto body industry is tailgates. And one of my most run tailgate models is this one. I haven't run one in a long time, but guys, this one runs because it comes off of the edge here, okay? It kind of comes down into this valley and it comes here, it's looking good. I've had it come here, I have had it run off the edge of here, all right? Because it's dark here, so you don't really see it. So I suggest you, if you're doing something that you're scared you're gonna get a run on, just get the first coat on, don't milk it on. Second coat will clean it up after it gets a little bit tacky. This is gonna be around 25 PSI-ish. Digital gauge right here. Here we go.
I'm going to do the inside here first. That's what used to get me into trouble. I try to keep passing over here, so I kind of break it into little sections.
And that's good enough for me. This is collision work. This is not a show car. I want to get the clear on it. I want it to have the factory texture. A little bit dry in here. Okay with it. Don't want to run with it. Second coat, I'll put it on a little bit wetter, a little dry in here. I'm showing you guys, this is okay. Not everything on video is perfect right away. Not everything on video is even perfect after the second try. My goal here is not to show you I'm number one, I'm the best, I'm not. My goal here is to show you how to get a good product. I want you to learn. And this is how we're learning. Some areas might be a little bit wetter than others. This is the first coat. No 3 coats. Sometimes on something big that you want really, really wet, you could do the 3 coats, but most production, it's 2 coats. The clears nowadays, they only need the 2. They pretty much say it in the technical data sheets anyways. If you're gonna do the 3rd, I always teach you guys, wait longer than you did between the 1st and the 2nd coat for the 3rd coat, okay? So double up the time so you can really get that flashing going on, okay? Here I'm gonna give it a good 10-15 minutes because once again, it's cold here in South Florida, 75 degrees. And she's ready for her 2nd coat of clear. I'm gonna bring you in. We're gonna try something a little dangerous. Gonna hold the camera and gonna hold the paint gun together to get you the awesome, awesome shot. Let's do it. I would want to run around here, and your first indication is that these squares would really pick up a lot of fluid and they would run down them. So I get the whole thing sprayed and then I go back and take a look, and if it's right as soon as you spray that 2nd coat, you can go back in here and see, hey, it needs a little bit more, and touch it up. If I try to come about 2 or 3 minutes later, even on a slow activator, it's not going to work. But yeah, this is clean enough. This is clean enough. You're gonna run it around here first. You're gonna run it here. It's gonna pile up. It's gonna run down here. So giving that first coat enough flash time really helps out. So this is looking really clean, but that's not the true test. Let's see what it looks like after it's done baking, after it's unmasked. We'll take a look at it and see, is it smooth here still? Did we do a good job? Is this a good finish despite having a little bit of debris and some sanding in it? And while that dries, we're getting ready for our next project. Our good friend, Juan. Man, he's just really good at everything. Just a little scratch here. There was a scratch here, but just get some clear. Now, I told them, and Juan agreed with me, this is a black metallic. It's gonna be hard to tell. But my days are over just panel painting it and it not matching, and then having to either have a customer that's not happy or redo it. So those days are over. This is getting a blend no matter what. Even for that little amount right there, which we'll get a little bit of primer, it's getting a blend. So we still have to take it down a little bit more. Got some stuff we're taking apart, and then this will be refinished. This is an easy job. And then I got this one up. I used to hate this color. This is a tri-coat red. Now in standox, the reason why I started hating this color is because they would make you mix the clear and the red pigment for the mid coat together. and that was ridiculously stupid. I mean, I know there's some brands that do that. It's not needed. In the Sikkens line, they have it built into the mid, just like 46V and any of those other colors, and that's what this was getting. So I'm a guy that does everything on the car, so I know it all is going to match, and so I cut everything in already on the inside. So that's cut in already, and of course the inside fender here, which is silly to even cut it in because there's no color on the fender on the inside for factory. And then we'll just take back the fender liner so we can get paint in there, and then we'll blend, and I'll probably blend up the A-pillar and then the bumper. So this is an easy job, but this was a tough one. So I got one more though. I think that we're going to be painting tonight. Try to get it in once that dries, and that would be this one. Now, I told you guys I'm a little bit weird. I paint everything on the car, so for dark blues or any blue that takes a lot of coverage, I'll cut the fender in ahead of time, get a lot of the layers on it, so when it comes time to go into the spray booth, it's maybe 1 or 2 and it's done. It's already sealed. You don't have to do special masking. It's already good to go. So this will get a quick scuff with 800, a couple coats. We'll blend. I might even fix a couple chips for the customer. I can't let that big guy go right there. That's a big one. So I'll put some UV in there. So let me see here. This might just be pollen. Sometimes you think it's a chip, but it's just pollen. Thank God. So I'll probably fix that one. God, what do you do here? That's a chip, and that's pollen. I don't know. I might fix that one. I have to see. I don't want to take my color too far. And again, it is a blend, so it needs just a little bit more scuffing here and there on the hood, and it's good to go. So let's see if we can get this one in right after we get that one out. All right, so we got the rest of the car kind of sanded down. Now, I'm such a nice guy. I'm going to fix all 3 of these chips. Come here. Only because I know this color is pretty good. You guys need to buy this stuff. This is the best stuff ever for chips. I'm going to show you how easy it is. It's the Fine. It's a UV putty by Colad. You get a brand new razor. Check this out. Look how easy this stuff is, right? You don't got to prime. You don't got to do nothing. You just got a little bit right there. Where I go. Right in here. I'm just going to swipe it. Now, the tricky part about this stuff is you're going to think it's not covered, right? You're going to think it's not covered because it's transparent. But that right there, that's covered. I got one over there. I got a little guy right there, because I guarantee you, if you don't do it, they'll notice. But if you do it, they won't. So that's what we want right there. And this one's really close to the fender, but I know I can put just a little bit of blue paint here, and it's gonna be fine, guys. It's gonna really be fine. You don't want to leave this on the hood in like little, if there's excess, you want to get it up. That looks clean. Now, the only expensive part of this is getting the UV light. I ended up getting this one from Tommy Gun. He makes them. But I know really expensive ones that you don't necessarily need. I know there's cheap ones on like Amazon or eBay, but I don't really think those work to cure the UV. I think they're for like dental or something. I don't know. So that only needs about maybe like 10 seconds there. We'll come over to this one, 10 seconds here. And I'm gonna sand this with, I'm just gonna roll over it, guys, with 600 grit. And that's gonna take off the excess, and it's gonna leave it. Now this one's really gonna surprise you. I know it looks like a big chip, but I promise you when we're done, it's gonna be completely smooth with the UV. It's completely transparent, so I'll catch you off guard. But let's go ahead and put 600 on it real quick, and I'll show you. So just seconds later, you're just gonna sand it till all that excess is off, and that's also gonna smooth it out a little bit. That one's completely smooth right in there. Now that one's got a little bit of a burn through because it's an edge, but it's completely smooth. So we're good here. We'll come over to this side. And you're not gonna need to prime any of this. That's the beauty of this stuff. It's completely paintable. And the reason why you don't wanna use combi or any of that 1K stuff, it takes forever to dry and it shrinks. So this stuff, it's dry completely. Now you see how right here, it's not completely gone yet. But once you don't see it anymore, you can't catch that chip. You can't catch that chip. It's right here. You can't, there's no dip in it. You can rub your fingernail in it. You can't catch that chip. This is the bigger one over here. Check this out. This one over here. Be careful you don't burn through this edge if you can. Can't help it. All right, check this out. See this chip right here? My fingernail cannot catch that chip. It's completely filled in. It's good to go. And at this point, like, you're not gonna need the extra paint to cover the primer if you were to go ahead and fill it. How long did that take me? But like a minute maybe. And now it's just a filled in chip. So let's say you technically don't even put base on it. It's transparent, so at least it will still be smooth with the surface if you clear over it. I don't recommend that. Put some base on it. You've already got to this point, but at this point, we're ready to take out the RDX. We'll check that out, pull this one in, get this painted, and we're done for the night. After bake, this thing looks good, man. Nice job. We'll get this out of here, and then we'll put the other one in. All right, let's get this out and get the new one in. And we got her all in the booth, and she's all masked up. Now take a look at this. Do you see how light this is compared to the rest of the panels? This is why I don't paint parts off the car, especially with this color, because you might think it's covered, and even if you put your sealer on this edge, right, and let's say you sealed this, right, and you got coverage here on your sealer, and you got full coverage on the fender off the car, it will still look light in here. It will blend generally, but the color's not right. So this is why on some of these reds or blues, I'm definitely doing them on the car, pearls, all that. There's some colors like black, no big deal off the car. But for this, I'm not at the point where I'm comfortable enough because I've been burned before. So this is the lightness that you're seeing. Now I can visually see it matches. I'll put 2 or 3 coats on. Same thing with the bumper. I pre-painted this with a whole bunch of other parts in the booth, guys, like 5 other cars. And now, since it's outside of the 12-hour window, I'm taking the K600, all right, and I'm just gonna give it a light scuff, all right. This is gonna do 2 things: get my adhesion, because you can't put base over this without giving it a little scuff, and it's gonna smooth it out further. So if you got a bunch of parts, guys, and you got a few cars lined up, just get them all ready. If this is the way you're gonna wanna do it. This is what works for me. Like you guys know, I work in the morning, another job, so I'll do my parts maybe the day before. Juan will help me out by putting the parts I've cut in on the car. I'll come in and paint them, and it kind of repeats itself like that. So this right here visually is going to need 2 or 3 more coats, but we'll check it and we'll make sure. I'm not going to get too crazy with this video. I'm just going to show you quick parts here and there and wrap this one up. This is the same night. I still have just a little bit left. And there she is, B621P. We're ready to spray. And I'm bringing it back after all the coats. Now, one thing I want to let you guys know is that I put enough coats on here so this all looked the same, and I did the same thing on the bumper. So there's not going to be any need to check spray out on the fender, because now I know that this color and this color, they're the same. All right, this color and this color are the same. Granted, yeah, I put some color on the hood. I put 1 coat on the hood because you see me here doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and a little bit of this. That's just to get quick coverage. You're gonna see that out in the sun if you just try to spot it a little bit here. So get coverage on them and then put 1 coat over it. It's gonna make your customers a lot happier, guys. I'm not talking about chips everywhere. In that case, you need to talk to the customer and get the okay whether they can do it or not. But in this case, there was a few here and there. Let me fix it up for the guy. The guy's been waiting a long time. Insurance has been a little bit of a pain. Didn't come out right away because of the holidays. But let me do right by the customer. Let me do the best thing I can do so that they're going to be happy. I'm going to be proud of another job going down the road. So this is ready for clear coat. See, it's got that semi-gloss finish. Let's go ahead and lay down a coat of clear. I'll show you what this one looks like. And guess what? The RDX got its bumper on, and we're ready to show you what it looks like. And that's right, the guys just finished up putting on the bumper cover. So all I gotta do is give it a light polish here and there. There's a couple pieces of dirt. Actually, some come out cleaner than others, but this one has a couple pieces of trash. There is one up here, and there's a couple here and there. So I'm gonna smooth it out and then buff it. In the daytime, this probably would look good, but something that leaves the dealerships always gotta look good. I gotta live up to our expectation. Nice, clean, smooth jobs, no dirt in them. So this one is done, no bugs in it, thank God. And I hope that trick helped you guys out. And let's go ahead and finish clearing this one up so I can show you guys that one. Guys, you see the paint suit, right? A lot of you guys want to support the channel. This is the best way. Colad and I, we've collabed. They make full spray suits, they make lab coats. This is the most affordable and best option, I gotta tell you. It's lightweight, it's easy. I'm actually wearing all my clothes underneath it, so I kind of look a little bit chubby right now, but it does fit easily. You slide it right on over your shoes. It's a great way to support the channel. I'm gonna leave the link in the description. Yours is gonna say Paint Society. It won't say Brian, I already told you that. If you want yours to say Brian, let me know. I can make special arrangements, but yours will say Paint Society, and it'll have our catchphrase on the back. Don't overthink it, it's just paint. But right now, don't overthink it, it's just clear. Let's go and clear. Golly, the best thing you can get in between the flash times is a cheese pizza. Oh man, all for painting his bumper.
Very appreciative.
All right, don't tell the guys in the shop, all right? Let's bring it to the mixing room. So by the time we're done eating that, we'll put the second coat on. That'll take about 5 minutes. Pretty good. I prefer my pie just a little bit less burnt. I don't like it too well done. That's a little too well done for me. So I always like to call and tell them easy, a little easier. A true Italian likes to taste all the ingredients. They don't like it too burnt. But I like the sauce. I like the thin slice. I like the cheese. It's not too much. It's got a nice crust. It's a good Italiano pizza. This is not commercial. No Papa John's. No Pizza Hut. No Domino's or nothing like that. This is an Italian pizza. Let's go. And that's gonna wrap it up. This is after 2 coats. And in case you guys are wondering, we started work around 3:30. It's approximately 7. We're all finished. We got a lot of work done in a short amount of time because we had things prepped. Now you can see that the chip is completely gone. Our chips in here completely gone. That's the thing with hoods, guys. Sometimes like they're blends, but you really want to get them clean so you don't have to buff. But they don't pay much, but they're the first thing you see. Odds are a customer doesn't even know it's been painted, but they'll know it's been painted if there's clear or if there's color in a chip, it will catch their eye. This looks good. I almost got in trouble. Almost got in trouble here. It almost started to run. You can see a little bit off the edge. Remember, I told you 75 degrees. That is very buffable. Just a little bit of 1500, that'll come right off. And it's in a good spot. So, I've been there before where it continues. But this has been drying now for a good 20 minutes, so I know it's not going to continue. This came out good. Blend over here, say what you want. The color matches. I'm happy with it. Really happy with this. So, hope you guys learned something along the way. I hope you guys enjoyed this little journey. I hope you guys learned something in the beginning of the video with bugs, defects, and all that type of garbage that can get in your paint jobs. This one, fortunately, come out clean. They all don't come out clean. They're all not perfect. I showed you that. But they can be fixed to be 100% or at least close to it. That won't be a problem. The hood barely will need a buff. I probably won't even buff it. And the bumper is good to go. So, guys, if you want to support the channel, once again, check out the link in the description for the paint suit. Also, all of the tools, everything you needed today that we used in the video will be in the description as well. Guys, this is Brian from Paint Society reminding you, don't overthink it. It's just paint. I'll see you guys on the next episode.